What about Bob Mueller? Should he be allowed to testify before this?
I've already said publicly I have no objection to him.
And Don McGahn, should he be allowed to testify?
Well, that's a call for the president to make.
Well, he's a private citizen at this point, as I understand.
Well, I assume he'd be testifying about privileged matters.
Joining our discussion now, Laurence Tribe, Harvard Law professor and constitutional scholar. He is the co-author of To End a Presidency, The Power of Impeachment. Professor Tribe, can you untangle for us all these conflicts over who can testify, who cannot testify, what is privilege, what is executive privilege?
I can try. Executive privilege is really the privilege of confidential advice to the president. But of course, when the president authorizes its release, as he did when he said to Don McGahn that he could talk freely to Bob Mueller, that waived privilege, and it was doubly waived when he said the report could be released. So there is no real executive privilege here, and what privilege there was waived. And in fact, the stonewalling that the president is now engaging in has gone completely over the top. He's trying to claim that even when Mueller becomes a private citizen, he can be gagged by the president. That's ridiculous. There's no legal basis for it. And I don't think that Mueller would stand for it. And if he did accept the gag order from the president, he would be ordered by a court to testify. But the main witness has got to be Don McGahn. McGahn is the principal witness in the obstruction of justice portion of the Mueller report. Hearing it from him live will make a huge difference to the nation. People don't read a 468-page or 428-page. I almost got lost at the end of it. People don't read all of that, but they will watch the movie, and the movie will make a powerful difference, especially after the president has made such a big deal out of keeping it all secret. He said falsely that the report exonerated him. Well, of course, if it did, he would want all of it and would want Mueller to testify about it. But taking a step back, what we have here is a situation in which the Mueller report shows without any doubt that a hostile foreign power attacked the United States in its election, that Donald Trump welcomed that attack, benefited from it, and then he spent the last couple of years trying to cover it up in every possible way with 10 instances of felonious obstruction of justice that over 700 former prosecutors, Republicans and Democrats alike, say established obstruction. And the attempt by the president to say, there was no collusion here, there was no obstruction here, I've been exonerated, is nothing but lies. And I trust that the American people will understand that. That's why I stand with Elizabeth Warren when she says the time has come for people to stand up for principle. I don't favor voting articles of impeachment tomorrow. We have to have the hearings, but they are clearly impeachment hearings, which will, among other things, increase the power of the House of Representatives to get all of the evidence that it needs. As you pointed out, I take a rather cautious view of impeachment in my book, but there is a point when caution becomes cowardice, and a point when cowardice becomes betrayal of the Constitution. And that point has come.
I know you're a constitutional law professor, not a politician. What's your reaction to when you hear political strategists saying this impeachment could be a politically bad move for the Democrats, could hurt them in the congressional elections, could hurt them in the presidential election?
Well, one thing I say is that occasionally doing the right thing is crucial, and just political calculation is such a profound sellout that we can't afford to do it. Secondly, nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows how it will all unfold. And thirdly, I think the American people will blame Democrats if they show that they don't have the courage of their convictions. They have to get to the truth, not just to find out what happened before, but to find out to whom is Donald Trump really loyal? Who are the people and the institutions that fund that lavish lifestyle? Where does all the money come from? It's quite clear that Adam Schiff and the Intelligence Committee are looking into the question of whether we have a compromised president. When he spent 90 minutes talking to Vladimir Putin and admits that he didn't once tell the dictator of Russia, stop meddling in our elections, he really gave the game away. He's willing to talk to Putin about Mueller, but not to Mueller about Putin. The loyalties of this president are deeply in question, and I think we owe it to ourselves, not just as a matter of accounting for the past, but as a matter of protecting the present and the future, to establish a system that doesn't allow the continued penetration of our voting systems by Cambridge Analytica and its spawn, by Russia, by GRU, by all of these entities that do not have the interest of the American people at heart. So we're talking about the security of the nation and the preservation of its Constitution. Nothing could be more important. And small-minded political calculations, which assume a crystal ball that none of us has anyway, are a way of basically giving away our precious heritage, the Constitution of the United States. We cannot afford to do that.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on the button below for more from The Last Word and the rest of MSNBC.